fostering a peaceful community between Nigerians and Indians living in Nigeria. I am Adebanke Odunui, TVC News, Lagos.
Just one small ember can burn down everything.
All right, Monkey Man is the name of the movie, of course. It's in cinemas, and it's a huge departure from the regular Indian movies that we have seen over the years. But that's something quite different from what we see everywhere. Of course, it's still the Saturday Breakfast Show, and this is the entertainment segment. I am your regular host, Theophilus Eleman, as usual. I have my co-host with me, Adebanke Odunui, whom you saw at the movie, watch party. Yes. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
This week has been plenty of...
a lot.
Quite a lot of... But we'll talk about those. Let's go straight to the entertainment news that we have this morning. Now, this week, the woes of controversial cross-dresser Idris Olarinwaju Okuneye, popularly known as Bobrisky, continued as he has been sentenced to 6 months imprisonment without an option of fine for abusing the Naira. Justice Abimbola Ogboro of the Federal High Court in Lagos, in her sentence, said the judgment will serve as a deterrent to others who are fond of abusing and mutilating the Naira. He was subsequently sentenced to serve his jail term at the Ikoyi Correctional Center. The judge in her ruling held that the jail term would commence on March 24, 2024, the day of his arrest. Of course, we move now to the Nigerian film industry, which was hit with tragic news as the death of Junior Pope, a popular Nollywood actor, alongside other crew members, was announced. Now, they were crossing the River Niger while returning from the location of a shoot of the movie, The Other Side of Life. They died during a boat trip. The boat capsized while he and other crew members drowned. His body was discovered and rushed to the hospital where he was confirmed dead. Meanwhile, the national president of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, AGN, Emeka Rolas, has expressed sadness over the death of Junior Pope. According to a post on his Facebook page on Thursday morning, he said although he earlier announced that Junior Pope was alive out of excitement when they noticed the tingling of his fingers, he eventually passed away after efforts to revive him failed. In reaction to the developments, the Guild banned the shooting of movies in riverine areas. The organization also suspended the producer of the film, Adanma Luke, noting that no actor is allowed to work with her as a producer until further notice. Well, this is one story many people were watching, and when the story came up that he was dead, and later the information that he was alive, everybody was happy. I know I was at different places when I was trying to get the information, making some calls. We could hear people happy that he's not dead and all of that. Suddenly, you know, it's quite tragic. It's a tragic death that was quite avoidable, yes, and it has raised a lot of concern about the safety of actors. The safety of actors on location. What do you think of this whole situation?
Well, I feel like it's a very sad situation, especially because it could have been avoided. If they had life jackets, maybe, just maybe, he and the other crew members would be alive. Again, the makeup artist, I learned, has been buried. Well, she was buried beside the water. And then there was the controversy of if a person dies by water, maybe by drowning, that they have to be buried beside the water and stuff like that. And then I was also told, and what I read, I was also told that when they first revived him, they took him to an herbalist, or like one of the native doctors, instead of taking him to a normal hospital. Maybe that could have also saved his life. I feel like whatever rituals could have been done, should have been done on him, if there was supposed to be any in the first instance. True. Maybe could have been done after he was revived and well, like he was okay. But their souls rest in peace.
Truly, and it also says a lot about how we handle, as individuals handle emergency cases, because you could see some videos of people carrying him. Something they might have struck something or so before he finally passed on. But we also praying for the family, because he left 3 young kids.
Not just him, also the other 3
yes, members. They left family members behind. It's quite a tragic situation. And of course, We will be discussing this and many more developments in the entertainment industry, of course. We have our guest in the studio, Ifeanyi Kalu, who is joining us this morning to talk about this issue, his career, and being an actor in Nigeria. Now, Ifeanyi Kalu is an award-winning television and film actor who has featured in several movies like Lagos Cougars, where he starred alongside Uche Jumbo, Mona Lisa Chinda, Alex Okubo, amongst others. His breakout screen role was in 2012 when he was cast in the role of Osen in the movie Kokoma, produced by Udo Akisong and directed by Tommy Robson. The movie received 3 nominations at the 9th African Movie Academy Awards. Now, since then, he has become a talented regular in the industry and has won many awards for his work in the film industry. Of course, let's make welcome Ifeanyi Kalu this morning. Thank you very much for coming at this point.
Thank you. I was waiting to hear the drum rolls.
Okay. Imagination would okay. Okay, so let's looking at the sad situation of Junior Pope and the crew members who were coming from a movie shoot. When you heard this information, what happened? What came to mind?
Okay, first off, I wasn't on Instagram. I have been off Instagram a while, and you'd agree with me that most recent news, you get them on social media before even, other medium. But I've been a part of, or I am a part of several groups, WhatsApp groups of Nollywood practitioners on WhatsApp. And, messages were dropping on my phone, and I didn't know what was happening. And, I read that he had drowned, and it was devastating. At the time, when I first heard about it, I wasn't even thinking, what safety measures were, put in place before the sad incident. It was just a devastating news, because this is close, to home. He's an actor, I'm an actor. It could have been me, it could have been any of my colleagues. I felt really bad about it. And then, of course, we have to look at the circumstances that surrounded the tragic passing of Junior Pope and other crew members, how certain precautionary measures that should have been taken were avoided. And this is very, it's an eye-opener, for actors, for producers, for the guilds to come together and say, you know what, this has happened. As sad as it is, we must look for and we must set certain measures, going forward to ensure the safety of actors, of crew members, of everyone that's in that creative space as filmmakers.
Yeah, okay, so does this usually happen where crew members go in harm's way to shoot a movie in Nigeria here? Like they go out to movie sets without safety measures, like what we're seeing going on.
It's not the norm. As a Nollywood actor practitioner, it's not the norm. I know that producers seek to ensure the safety of their crew and actors. That's not to say there are people who don't fault these simple rules. They do, but it's not the norm. Like you say, on every Nollywood set, you get it. But the truth is, we can't overemphasize on the need for safety, for safety measures on every movie set. Yeah, so, yeah.
Okay. Well, however, the AGN has now put in some sanctions saying that for now, no more shooting of movies in the riverine areas. Yeah. And then also the suspension of Adanma Luke, the producer, also for that notice. Do you think this is going to really help anything? I mean, what really are we supposed to do as regards to the situation? Because the welfare and safety of actors I think it's paramount. Do you think so?
Absolutely. I think that the AGN chairman or president did what I'd say was the right step, in the right direction, because you have to react, the right way. And suspending the producer was the right call. Suspending movies in riverine areas for now was the right call, because we have to be sure that we set rules and structures for filming in certain locations. So it's not just riverine areas, but I mean, this would set a precedence, for other shoots that would take place in riverine areas, because you are carrying lives, on water. It's not everything should be done to ensure the safety of these people. So then, I don't know what the AGN is doing right now, but situations like this where there would be shoots done on water, let there be officials from the guilds that will come to that set to enforce, the measures that ought to be carried out with shooting in riverine areas. Are there life jackets? And it's not just a matter of life jacket, because everyone was talking about life jacket. It's not just about life jackets. It's about ensuring that there are other emergency, maybe boats, or there ought to be people. Exactly, first aid boxes. Don't just have people around who are professionals. Yeah. Even I don't know if there are ambulances on water, but I mean, just
I'm just saying in general.
No, I'm even saying right on the water surface, right? There ought to be other boats. There ought to be people there who can help in case there's an emergency, divers and all of that. So, yeah.
So in all of this now, like she has asked about the AGN stance, do we also have a register where filmmakers who want to shoot a movie go to the AGN and maybe show them what they have to do and the measures they're putting in place for their actors?
I don't know that happens, I think, I stand to be corrected. I'm not exactly sure. But what I know is a movie producer just goes ahead and shoots,
Without recourse to AGN at all?
No. I don't know that happens. I don't know. I'm a filmmaker myself. I've produced, a couple, and I know that I don't, go to anybody and say, oh, I'm about to shoot and this and that, But like I said, if your question is directed towards, of course, safety, so that the AGN can know what you're doing and how you're doing it, that might also be a suggestion, to help the AGN monitor the sets or the movies and have representatives, on these sets. Yeah.
So you talk about you producing movies, so I'm just going to jump into the water and ask about your career. So I have watched a few of your movies. The one that I watched recently was War on Netflix. How was your journey been in filmmaking? Because I was telling you outside that I watched a few of your earlier movies. You look very different. Good different, by the way.
Thank you.
How has the
Thank
journey
you.
been?
Well, we'll say kudos to the wife.
Yes.
Kudos to the wifey. I hope she's watching right now. If you are watching, I love you. Thank you for all you do for me.
Nice one.
Okay, my career has been, I'm grateful to God, grateful for the opportunity to put smiles on people's faces, to be able to engage people, in that way. Of course, it hasn't been without challenges, but it's a career where the more you are on it, the more you grow. It's difficult to get bad as an actor, especially when you're talented. It has paid my bills.
Obviously.
It has paid my bills. It has helped me in certain quarters as a celebrity, with regards to fame. It's been a beautiful experience. Like I said, not without challenges, but it's something that I would do over and over and over again.
So how do you mix your career and family life? Has there been times where it has been difficult?
Yes, of course. There's been times where it's been really difficult, but I think the right thing to do as a family man and as an actor is set structures and ensure that your family would not suffer, because of your career. And so what I do is carefully select the roles that I take. If it's gonna be something that would take me out of town, what's the possibility of taking my family, taking my wife with me? I know that might sound weird to some people, but that has happened on, I think, two or three occasions where my wife had to come. Of course, we have a baby now, so it's a bit challenging. So you just have to find that balance and strike the balance to ensure that family doesn't suffer. So that's what I've been able to do.
So what has been your biggest issue, your biggest challenge during the course of your filmmaking career?
It's been quite a number, but we will talk about the ones that are prevalent, which would be, first would be movie sets. I know that we really do not have studio facilities in Nigeria where you have film sets, where you can go to and as a producer, as an actor, a filmmaker, and know that you are there working without disturbance from other people like before we talk about people now, we talk about, because I mean this is a studio, right? And you know how important it is for good sound. True. Right? So examples like shooting somewhere and then we hear generator noise, and the sound man is telling you, I can't shoot, and as time is going, money is going as well. Daylight, if it's a day scene, and you can't light for day at night, that's one big challenge. But if we had, a proper studio facility somewhere away from town, that's got buildings, that's got supermarkets, it's got a place where you can set up a location and tear it down and do different things, that will help a lot. It will help the film producer. It would save us money. So that's one part of it. Also, we talk about skills as filmmakers. We know that we don't yet have solid institutions for film, but I'm privy to certain information, that these things, the present administration is working really hard to ensure that we have film institutions. Now, I'm not talking about, a lot of people are doing so well, in trying to educate filmmakers, the likes of Ebony Live, Del York, there's Royal Art Academy,
Africa Film Academy.
There's, there are pockets here and there that offer crash courses and all of that. That's been amazing. They've been doing a great job. Now, we need to take it a notch higher. Let's have proper institutions where you can be in film school for 2 years, for 3 years, in most cases, or some cases, 4 years. So when we have filmmakers come out of these institutions, they are not half-baked. They are solid, well-grounded filmmakers, and then we can, have filmmakers that can do Monkey Man, for example.
Oh, okay. But looking at Monkey Man, do you think we can go that far?
Oh, why not? Why not? I tell you something, right? With most of the filmmakers we have today, I stand to be corrected, but I know of people who are self-taught, who they have developed themselves by themselves, and they've probably, let me get to this film school, let me do this crash course here and there, and with little or no what's it called, institutionalized knowledge, they are able to go really, really far. And we are doing all of this great work. I mean, we have the likes of Jade Oshiberu, you have the likes of Kemi Adetiba, you have the likes of Nii Akimoloyo, Moabudu. Moabudu also directed Funke Akindele. They're all doing great stuff.
And I'm so glad that
Kayode Kasum,
Kayode Kasum as well,
doing amazing stuff. So imagine, all we need is support, more support. Push those people, give them everything that they need. Let's have good funding. We will do better than Monkey Man, trust me.
Out of all these names you called, there are about 5 women you mentioned.
Yes, 5 women.
Are you serious?
So what has women brought to the table in the industry that they are now a force to be reckoned with?
Even Shantytown was one of the producers is a woman, Chicho Nwora, that's her name. So that goes a long way to tell you that, I mean, this is not to say that the male folks aren't doing great. Do you understand? They're doing amazing as well. But it goes a long way to show you that we have really talented filmmakers in Nigeria, regardless of gender. Do you understand? That goes a long way to show you that there is passion for this thing. Do you understand? So if in certain countries in the past, you know, their GDP was rebased to include entertainment, you know, into their economy, and then what happens? GDP of the nation, you know, increased. Do you get? So it's happened in Nigeria as well. So now the government, everybody knows that, oh, entertainment is a big deal. If women can do so well in this sector, then it means there's something here that we should be interested in.
Truly. But on the final notes now, do we plan on? Are we going to see that Ifeanyi Kalu is going to release a cinema movie soon?
Oh, of course, yes. So if it's not been said before, it's it's been said on this show for the first time that I will, and I'll bring you guys.
I mean,
no problem.
Okay. I wanted to press for more.
We can have cameo appearance.
No. We probably would have a scene where, you know, there's a news. And then would have, and of course,
the lovely
there.
Ifeanyi Kalu, thank you so much for coming, and of course,
pleasure.
thank you for discussing with us on these various issues. It's quite a delight having you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Of course, that's the end of the segment. Coming up